My name is Laura McCluckey. I'm a broadcaster and an educator, and I've been living here in Busan for 15 years. But my home and my heart will always come back to Scotland. Scotland has always been a nation built on fishing. And when I was a child, the seas were full of life. I remember trips to the beach, the aquarium, and of course, cod was abundant. It was part of who we were. And fresh cod made the best fish and chips, and every town and city had its own favourite shop. So I grew up in Scotland, and we obviously have so many coastal towns. So when I was living in Scotland as a child, we would go on holiday to the ocean and play in the ocean. And, you know, as I got older and we started going abroad, I would snorkel in the ocean and see lots of different fish. And so I don't think there was one moment that really I thought, wow, the ocean is important. I just always grew up seeing the ocean. And so it was always something that was there, always something that was part of my life.
I grew up in Grangemouth, which is a port town, but not a fishing town. But I was aware of the sea and fishing when we went on holiday. And fish and chips was a standard part of childhood. You know, it was something that you never ever thought wouldn't be there. It was a fish and chips as a treat and as a standard meal. When we went on holiday, we used to see the fishing boats come in and unload. But it was definitely in the 1960s, a booming industry, I would say. Places like Arbroath, Stonehaven, Pittenweem, Aberdeen. It was a big part of childhood memory, seeing the fishing boats.
I enjoy living near to the sea and walking beside the water where you can hear the waves is just calming, it's peaceful. Living in Orkney, you don't always have calm waves lapping by the ocean or by the beach. You have crashing waves that are going up over a 150-foot cliff. That's equally good.
I think I remember news items about it and protests and strikes were in the 80s possibly. Common market, EU arguments about that. I remember the fisheries, there was the cod war again with Iceland. I think I remember that being in the news. But it was always like something in the north of Scotland. It's far away from us. But that was a headline I remember. I think that would be the first signs of trouble. But I can't remember if that was the 80s or not. I think the price of fish went up and it became something that was more of it was not a lot of, I think there were people that had fish and chips quite a lot and maybe that became, as Dorothy said, more of a luxury. And then there was the introduction of alternatives to cod, which I think more people complained about. It was very hard to get people to try something else.
I think I probably noticed a difference with the costs increasing. I mean, cost of living increases, but cost of fish became unachievable for an awful lot of people, more and more unachievable. And I mean, I like fish, I like eating fish. My dad maybe not so much, but I would quite happily buy a real fish, not processed fish, and prepare it, and that became not a common everyday meal. It became a luxury meal. So if it's a luxury and you're on a limited budget, it's then withdrawn from most people's diet, and fish is really good for you, so that's not a good thing. But equally, if there's not enough fish in the sea to provide the amount that's required, what can you do? You can't overfish and just deplete the stocks. You can't keep doing that. Yeah, it used to be that you would go for cod and chips. In the chip shop, you would buy cod and chips. That was it. That was what was available. Always. Now, it's not cod and chips. It's haddock and chips, or hake and chips, or whatever alternatives they are providing. I mean, nowadays, cod is more expensive than salmon. And that's, to me, that's like salmon was the luxury fish. Now it's cod.
When I was younger, I also live in a coastal town, a place called Exmouth in the UK, similar to Busan. And when I was younger, I used to go fishing. We used to go mackerel fishing on the boats. And I always used to catch plenty of fish, which you could bring home and barbecue. And I took my children fishing this summer, and we spent an hour fishing. There were 30 people on the boats, and we caught one fish. So it's a real world, tangible example of the depletion of the seas and the fish in our oceans.
But then everything changed. In the 1990s, the world's cod stocks collapsed, and the North Sea, our sea, was no exception. The nets we used for cod fishing back then were enormous trawlers, so large you could fit several airplanes inside. Or at least that's what it felt like. They swept across the seabed, taking everything. Adult cod, baby fish, turtles, dolphins, even sharks. The ocean floor was just stripped bare. The ecosystem destroyed, almost beyond recovery. We called it progress back then, but it was just destruction. But after that, something changed in Scotland. Governments, scientists, fishermen, and NGOs began working together, searching for a solution. And that's when the idea of sustainable fishing really took root. Out of that movement came the Marine Stewardship Council, the MSC, founded in 1997 when I was just 12. A global nonprofit working to restore our oceans through sustainable practices. It was born from tragedy, but it offered hope.
So one of the things that I was so excited about when I was invited to be an MSc ambassador is the fact that I have already that connection to the MSc. Scotland was one of the places that was worst affected when, the Newfoundland fisheries collapse happened, and then that had a knock-on effect, and Scotland had something called the Cod Wars. And so it was a direct, I understood that we had overfished and there was no more cod left. And so what I thought that meant was that there was none, it was gone. And the MSc was then established in the UK to help reverse some of the damage that had been done. And so coming from that background and having such a strong connection to the ocean, it was just, it seemed like it was fate, right? That I would be involved in MSc so that I could help give the children in Korea, in Busan, the education that I didn't have.
5 years ago, I partnered with the MSc Korea office to introduce this program at my school. Today, I serve as the MSc ambassador in Korea, and through our MSc Junior Intern program, students learn about sustainable fishing, responsible seafood, and ocean conservation action. What's most inspiring is the way they teach each other. When they become seniors, they then guide the next generation. It's sustainability in the education itself.
I actually really value the ocean a lot, and my family does as well, because actually my mom's a professional diver and scuba diver instructor, and every month she comes back from a trip to some island somewhere after scuba diving, and she's so excited to show me all the photos and species that she's seen underwater. They're all colorful and beautiful. It just breaks my heart to know that all that can go away very soon because of what we do and how we pollute the ocean.
For me as well, my mom is a professional swimmer, so I actually kind of started swimming at the ocean like when I was young, and I kind of realized how the color was like changing slightly every year, so that really hurted my feelings.
Actually, a personal hobby of mine is that I love fishing, and every time I go fishing at the beach, in Songjeong Beach and Haeundae Beach, in the rocks that I stand on, lodged between, I see so much trash. Nets, so much floating styrofoam debris, whatever. And some of them look really old, some of them look really new. And when I see them, I just feel like we just aren't taking care of what we enjoy, and we're so selfish.
When I was a kid, I used to go to the beach and I couldn't really see any trashes or litters everywhere. But last year, I went to travel to another country, and I went to the beach where it's supposedly like the cleanest beach in the world. But even in there, I could see litters and trashes along the beaches with like fishes living together. So I realized that like in my life, if the beach like pollution is like changing every year, increasing every year, it's the fish's life and the ecosystem won't be healthy for a lot.
Oh, one more time, 3, 2, 1. MSC! Absolutely. MSC stands for Marine. What is sustainability? Hands up, if you know the answer.
It was one of those, I don't remember how to say it.
So, who can read the first one for me? Hands up. Yeah.
Ocean, pollution, climate, and water.
Good. Or the product is MSC certified. What does that mean? We don't know yet, but we'll find out, okay? We'll find out. What did you see in the video? Adults, so they can have more babies. And so you can see that and it's estimated in the world that over...
When we developed the MSc Career Education program together, it was so exciting because we're working as a team who are not only experts in this field, but also me as an educator. It's really cool to have the children understand firsthand all about things that are big world issues, and being able to deliver that very critical content in a way that children can not only understand but also really get into is, it's awesome. It's really awesome. And so I feel very privileged actually to have been given the opportunity to pilot this program here in Busan and in Korea.
Oh, what does red mean?
Stop.
Stop. So green means go, yellow means slow, red means no. 안 돼요. Stop. 안 돼요. Right? So what you need to do with your partner is you need to look at this worksheet and you need to answer the question that's right on the end. So the questions, if you don't understand, you've got the older Eco Club students that will help you, okay?
That's the point. The scientific names are hard to say.
No, it's hard. This one is easy.
It says which ones are recommended for fishing business. What color is recommended?
I'm gonna do this now. What's this?
Good job. Give yourself a round of applause.
Eco Club is a club where the teachers who are interested in eco and the students who are interested in eco come together to team up and figure out how to become more eco-friendly inside and outside of the schools.
Actually, after I joined the Eco Club, I got to engage in many different kind of activities, including like going to the radio show, talking about what we do in school to like raise awareness.
The main thing that I did was our monthly beach cleanups. So we actually host, and we are in contact with the government and the volunteering department. And we make sure to use Busan trash bags, and we go out to Songjeong, which is near our school, and we're just helping our local community in that way.
I'm working on Eco Symposium, where when it's a student-led workshops where I invite other schools, international schools, and where the student leads the Eco Symposium and teach about how important it's to be eco-friendly.
Probably 9, 10, 11. These are the ones that we don't
Our
want
MSc interns visit markets like Jagarchi to study Korea's fisheries firsthand. They analyse the laws, they interview sellers, and they write their own reports on what sustainable fishing could look like in Korea. Step by step, they're learning how change begins not in books, but in real life.
기쁨이를 이렇게 표현하는구나. 인도에서 여기 많이 난다고 제주소라라고 하는
다리 큰 거는
그냥 물이 나오는 게 아니야. 얘도 조금 신문이니까 많이
혁준이 오빠한테 보여줄게.
진짜? 부산 아들 맞나?
지금은 지속가능성에 대해서 좀 공부하고 있거든요.
멍게, 코리아의 멍게.
냄새가 너무 smells very, very.
We are looking forward to spreading it all over the place because the feedback from the kids as well has been wonderful, and the kids are like, when can we do this again? And
지금 같은 경우가 더 이제 생선값도 올랐고, 그다음에 지금 너무 제품들이 잘 나오기도 하고, 그래서 직접적인 이렇게 뭐 직접 체험하지 않는 이상은 아이들이 포장에 나와 있는 그런 것들만 보고서 이제 알 수 있을 것 같거든요. 그래서 좀 그러고 보면 좀 아쉬울 것 같아요. 따로 교육이 좀 들어가면 아이들이 좀 더 잘 알 수 있지 않을까 생각이 듭니다. 아이들이 어떻게 이제 생선이 구해지고 공정이 되고 음식이 딱 나왔을 때까지 이제 그런 보급 과정을 또 얘기를 해주다 보면 아이들이 단순히 이렇게 네모만 있는 게 아니고 생선이 이렇게 변화된 과정을 보면서 그걸 먹음으로써 애들이 좀 더 이 음식에 대해서 더 관심이 더 생길 것 같습니다.
For example, what we did last year was a special lunch menu that we kind of collaborated with the chef. We also include like a special MSc booth, like kind of to, like we also make these kind of MSc book with kind of a list of like sustainable fishes, endangered species, and like considerably good to eat species.
So to the kids, we want to say like it's good to eat fish for your health, but we should think about where the fishes come from and if it's sustainable to eat the fish that you guys are eating right now. So we're trying to advertise that a lot to the kids who are below us right now.
I like MSc fish in school because it helps the environment. Yay!
And it's also cool that I learned about MSc fish and how it helps the environment and the world. Because we're really eating it, it does feel pretty cool. Because you see it on telly and you're like, oh, that's really cool. When you get to eat it, it feels good. Plus, it's helping the environment, which is even better.
Today we learned that MSc can help fishes and and help the ocean stay full of life and animals. I didn't know they were this kind to the ocean, and they were so nice, and they help the environment, and they help the ocean, and they help lots of things, and we tried fish sticks, and it was the best thing I ever had, and I'm happy.
It's really nice to see that we can walk the talk. So it was great today for the students to experience an MSc menu, something which we've done before here at ISB.
그 환경 보존을 하기 위해서는 많은 사람들의 참여를 해야 될 것 같거든요. MSc 인증받은 제품을 또 아이들한테 제공을 함으로써 환경 보존이나 지속 가능성에 대한 관리에 대해서 애들이 동기부여를 또 하면 좋을 것 같습니다.
Our vision statement for our school talks about the fact that we should be educating children to be responsible and to contribute to a sustainable future. That really aligns with the MSc's programme of sustainable fisheries and healthy oceans. It really is a great collaboration between the two organisations.
You know, field trips to Chagaichi Market to look at all the fish, and the kids are so excited about it. And the wonderful thing about children is children are so passionate about protecting what they care about. And so, you know, when you see a turtle that's caught in a fishing net, children, they get upset, they get so upset. And so they really have this unique and insatiable desire to go out and make a difference. And so that's where we can help. That's yeah, it's probably the best thing about it, is giving kids the opportunity to make a difference. And I would love my children to experience the ocean in a positive way. I would love them to grow up having a love for the ocean and care for the ocean. And I think obviously we want the ocean to be healthy and clean, and the fish stocks to be sustainable for generations. But more so, I think I want it to be an informed decision, an intentional decision for the children to not just, you know, see the ocean and it's there and that's great. I want them to really think about how important it is. And so I think an informed future is the only way that we can really have healthy, happy oceans and sustainable seafoods way long before, way long after I'm gone.
The snow that comes falling down. Spring has now come, flowers have grown. We'll find our way back.